Welcome to the very first episode of the All Lady Vol Show, brought to you by the Lady Vol Booster Club. I'm your host, Rylie West, former Lady Vol softball player. And on the All Lady Vol Show, you're going to be able to speak to athletes and hear from athletes, past and present, about why the legacy is still alive. If you don't know what the Lady Vol Booster Club is, it's a premier NIL collective with all 9 Lady Vol sports. Today we are shooting at Orange Mountain Designs, your one-stop shop for all Lady Vol gear. For our first ever guest on the All Lady Vol Show, it's my honor to bring on Karyln Pickens from Tennessee softball.
Thank
I'm
you.
gonna give you a hand.
Thank you.
This is like sentimental though, because Karyln was a freshman when I was a junior.
It's true.
And now you're a junior.
Yeah.
Like
Time
where
flies.
does the time actually go?
It disappeared, yeah.
Well, I'm so happy you're here. If you don't know who Karyln Pickens is, number one, I don't know if you watch Lady Vol sports. Number two, she is a star-studded pitcher. If you can't tell, she's got the length of it. But she has been having a phenomenal career on Rocky Top.
Thank you.
So phenomenal that I have it all written down because I can't remember all of the things that she's done. So let's just take a look. 2024 SEC Pitcher of the Year. That is amazing because the last SEC pitcher that Tennessee had was Monica Abbott. So that is kind of on the same pedestal as Monica, which is insane. 2024 All First Team SEC. SEC Pitcher of the Week twice, and then going to 2023, SEC Freshman of the Year. You were all SEC second team, SEC Pitcher of the Week, 3-time SEC Freshman of the Week, first year honor roll. Like, you've done it all. You've done it all. But I'm so happy you're here. This is crazy. Like,
Thank
you're
you.
so old now.
I know, it's time
Do you feel
flies.
old?
Yes.
Like, you're like we'll get into it. We'll get
Yeah.
into all of it. Leader on the team now, all of that. But you're in the midst of fall ball.
Yep.
Sadly, a game got canceled this week. The
did.
weather is kind of crazy right now.
Definitely.
But how is fall going? How are the workouts? How is the team overall?
Yeah, fall's going great. We have a lot of new freshmen, transfers, just everybody's really just kind of getting together, getting to know everyone. Workouts have been awesome. Our strength coaches,
Wait,
everybody.
awesome?
just-
Have they really been awesome or have they been a struggle?
We've gotten better. They've been hard. I can't tell you, like,
Yeah.
obviously, but like at Tennessee, like our workouts, I think we just do a really good job.
Yeah.
Of just like hustling, like
Oh my gosh.
everyone's doing their job.
Oh yeah, they're hard in the sense that when your body's tired in the middle of SEC play,
Yeah.
like you'll be fine because of everything you've put in.
Yeah, you
And
just
then-
flash back to the fall, and it's like,
yeah,
we can do this.
We can do this. Literally, you flash back to running gases, and you're like, yeah, I can do
yeah,
this.
I've done harder. Yeah.
And Karyln's also, she's a freak athlete. In high school, you played 3 sports. You played basketball, volleyball, and softball. Varsity, you lettered in all of them.
Yeah.
All 4 years?
Yep.
So how was that experience? Like, did that help you coming into college?
Oh yeah, 100%. I've always thought that because I've played 3 sports growing up, that it just kind of kept me in shape all year. Basketball, obviously, you're jumping, you're running, like it just keeps you very much athletic, I think.
Yeah.
And that's kind of a stereotype with pitchers, is that, like, you know, pitchers aren't athletes, but pitchers are athletes too. Like, justice for the pitchers.
Justice for the
we
pitchers.
are. But yeah, volleyball. I really miss playing those sports too.
If
so.
you could play a different sport in college, which one would you choose?
Volleyball.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, how tall are you?
6'1".
We're sitting down.
Which
like
I'm short for a volleyball player, if that were the case.
That is true.
Yeah.
They are tall.
Yeah.
But we are sitting down, and I'm 5'8", so you can already tell her height. Did your mom play volleyball? Dad play? Like, where did you get your athleticism from? Because I'm trying to figure it out.
Yeah, so my mom actually did play volleyball. She went to Mars Hill College, which is back home.
Okay.
And then my dad played sports as well. They argue back and forth as to like where I get my athletic ability. So we'll let them hash it out. But my parents both played sports, so
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah.
Your mom is tall though too, so it
Yeah.
makes sense. Maybe it's mom.
Yeah.
Maybe it's
Well,
mom. Sorry, Dad.
Maybe, yeah.
So, like we said, fall ball, the workouts, we're playing soon. How does fall ball work from a playing perspective? Like, I obviously know, people watching might know. What can they look for when they're coming to watch during fall ball?
Yeah, I mean, fall ball is all about just like getting the team to have that chemistry, knowing what you're going to look like in the spring, just kind of like being comfortable, especially for, I know my freshman year, like fall ball like seemed like such a big deal.
It's so scary in
It's
the
like,
beginning.
oh my gosh, like it's the first time putting on the uniform for
I
real.
know.
Like everything's just like intense, like my freshman year. So I think it's a good transition stage for even if you are a transfer, like coming to a new place, and just everybody in general, like being able to play together.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then just trying all the new things, just going for it.
My freshman year, I can't lie, I was shaking before fall ball.
Oh,
And now,
true.
like, well, my past fall senior year, I was like, wait, like, this is fun.
Yeah.
Like,
do you remember my first ever pitch? What I did? My first pitch going into the game, I literally hit the top of the, like
by the
fence.
camera?
Yes, like above the backstop.
I mean, I feel like just that
Yeah.
you got to do it once. I
Right.
mean, in fall ball, that was your first pitch.
Yeah, like
Wow.
of my college career.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
You remember? See, that's the thing.
I think it was
pitchers
fall ball.
remember like every little detail. I could never tell you that happened for you.
Well, that was very traumatic for me. So
Probably no one even like flinched. You
I
probably
know.
were like.
I was thinking
freaking
about it the
out.
rest of the game. I was like, dang.
If you don't know, Karyln Pickens throws like 72 miles per hour, and softball's mound is 43 feet away from home. So the amount of seconds you have to decide on a pitch is not fair as a hitter. So that just gives you a little bit of insight about how good she is if you didn't get it based off the accolades. But freshman year, you talked about it a bit. You came in, fall struggled a bit. Moving into the season, the beginning of SEC, like you were on fire. Like that's why you were getting all those awards. So how was freshman year? And I know it started really well in SEC, but you didn't finish as strong as necessarily. I mean, this year's going to be hard to top how you finished. But how was freshman year? And then let's talk about SEC freshman year.
Yeah, I think freshman year, obviously, I kind of had the mindset of like, oh, I have something to prove. Like I have to like make my presence known, kind of. So I mean, starting out in SEC play, like I was just all guns, right? Like I'm just like, I'm gonna shove it. Like you've never seen me before. Like the confidence was just like.
And they also couldn't see the ball. 'Cause the
Right.
ball goes so fast.
A little bit of an advantage. So that was like obviously the first time any of these teams had seen me as well, which was just like a confidence boost. I think once we got further into SEC play, teams had scouting reports. We'd played multiple teams before. And then also just like I kept feeling like I needed to keep proving myself.
Yeah.
I was getting these Freshman of the Week awards, the pitcher that like, and all that stuff. Like it kind of gets to your head a little bit if you're not like mentally prepared for that.
Yeah.
So I think in a way that like if I was more probably mentally just prepared for like what would kind of happen, I think maybe probably would have ended a little, I don't know, but yeah.
Which ended like we still went to the World Series,
Right.
but you weren't pitching as much as you were at the start of SEC. But for the season that you had as a freshman, like you getting SEC Player of the Year and all of that type of stuff, like that's still awesome.
Yeah.
But I think like things happen for a reason.
Right.
Like you were meant to go through adversity, so then you could have the year that you had last year.
Yeah.
Which let's talk a little bit about the year you had this year, which was the year of you being SEC Pitcher of the Year. So did you have any conversations with the staff or like other I mean, I didn't have any specific conversations. They're just about that transition from freshman to sophomore year. Like what clicked or what snapped in your mind that was like,
Yeah.
I'm going to be this much better, if that
Yeah.
makes sense?
Well, I think, me and Karen and Megan talked a lot last year. And I think one of the things that stuck with me was just like, I'm going to go out there, and we've talked about this as a team as well, just like surrender the outcome.
Yeah.
Whatever happens, like I'm going to go out there. I know that I'm prepared. I've done the things. And I'm going to have fun. Like I want to be like a presence on the mound. I want it to be fun to watch. Like I'm going to be screaming. I'm going to be yelling.
Yes.
And yeah, I just wanted to be more comfortable, not feeling like I was out there like trying not to mess up.
Exactly.
It was like, if I mess up, so what? Next pitch.
I mean, playing behind you, that's what I noticed. I just wanted you to say it. But your presence on the mound from freshman year, like we saw the fist pump a little bit freshman year. But this year, it was like you were hyping up the older girls, which like, yeah, that happens, but like to the extent that you were doing it, like you were firing me up in left field. Like, I was so far away, but you were firing me up. So just knowing that like you came to that realization, I'm sure there's going to be little girls watching this that like are going to college or they're going to high school and they're like freaking out, but at the end of the day, surrendering the outcome is like the best thing that you can do. Like you can't take softball too serious.
Yeah.
Because if you do, it will just like, it will mess you up.
Yeah, it's a game for a reason. And it's crazy the difference that just like focusing on your teammates and like celebrating things, you stop even thinking about like how you're
like playing for the team.
You're just playing.
Which I hate to bring this up, but I want to talk about it. So last year, our team, all 4 years actually, that I was there, and the 2 years that you were now 3, our team has had just like the bond of like best friends with 24 other people.
Yeah.
We've just been, I mean, I feel that way. Like my best friends are on the team. Like we'll practice, we'll be together all day, and then we'll still go hang out at night.
Yeah.
So last year we got ranked, what was it? I don't even remember, 4th in the country going into postseason.
It was like 3rd or 4th.
Third or 4th, something like a really, really high ranking. We were obviously picked to go to the World Series. And then we had our home super regional against Alabama. Barely won the first day, lost in 14 innings the second day, didn't come out with the win the third day. Season ended. What, as a pitcher, because I'll say what as a hitter, what do you think happened?
Wow, that's a lot to unpack.
I know, I'm sorry. I should have prepared her more, but I just was like.
Yeah, let's see. Well, first of all, Alabama is Alabama, right?
They are they will fight to the very end.
They will. And, you know, we came in, we had the home advantage. We obviously were fired up to play. I think the first game, who started that game?
Between you and Peyton?
Yeah.
Maybe you? I don't know. It's all a blur.
Anyways, yeah, it's like back in the memory box.
Well, you pitched like 4 games that weekend because we didn't score any
Yes.
runs in the second game. You pitched like, anyways.
Yeah.
I don't know who
So-
started,
right.
but.
Anyways, it wasn't a great job with anybody all around. Like, there was things going wrong. There was things going great.
Yeah.
I think the first game, just barely squeezing by with the win, was kind of just like, dang, like we've been killing Alabama,
Yeah.
and then we just barely won, like
Yeah.
with our first super regional.
Yeah.
So that was probably just like, left a bad taste in our mouth. Then we get in the next day and we go 14 innings,
That was crazy.
which was hard. That's like just mentally, like I'm gonna have to go out there and perform, like.
Yes. Which you pitched like, at least I would call it the second game, at least like the last 7 innings that I remember. It's probably all blurry for both of
Yeah.
us, but like you were holding them for so long.
Yeah.
And as an offense, I definitely take responsibility because you guys like saved our butts so much throughout the whole year. And we had adversity, we had ups and downs, but like the pitchers, you and Peyton and Rylie and Charlie, like you guys had our backs. And so we didn't, in my opinion, us hitters didn't show up when it mattered a lot during the season, and the super regional was exposed.
Yeah.
So that's what I think was happening. You say a lot went wrong, but that's the name of the game. Like,
It is, yeah. I guess just as a pitcher, you take it all in the heart. Like,
yeah.
I don't know, but
You did literally everything and more that you could have.
well, thank
like,
you. I appreciate that.
I'm so blessed to have been able to play with you because you taught me things. Like,
Well, thank you.
although I was older, you definitely taught me things. Like, you becoming a dog helped me become a dog.
Yeah, girl.
So, yeah, girl. But yeah, let's flip the page on that.
Let's do it.
And what are you most excited for this upcoming season? I mean, you're in fall ball right now, so we're kind
Yeah.
of chill vibes, but what
Right.
are you most excited for going in?
Well, I'm an upperclassman now.
I know.
Which is, like-
Do you feel like the responsibility more?
I do. I feel
Okay.
just like as an upperclassman, when you know like just certain things, just like the way things are supposed to be, you kind of take on that role.
Yeah.
But the thing I'm most excited for this season probably is just like last year, at the end, like in 3/4 of the season, that's when I was really embracing just like the fire. Mm-hmm. This year, it's full just like
no one's talking to me. I'm
yeah,
just kidding.
yeah.
Well, I would be nervous if I was an opposing team watching right now because you already throw 72 with like a 55-mile-per-hour changeup. Like, if you're
Well, I'm coming for the record this year.
what's the record?
Monica hit. What was her record?
Like 76?
The record's 77.
77.
I hit 76 in the World Series freshman year.
Yeah, I thought it was
And then-
78.
To break the record is 78.
Oh,
I hit
you
76.
76. Okay.
So-
Wow. It's not fair that you can throw that fast and then have a changeup. Like, the amount of times in practice that you've literally, like, my back has broken from swinging and missing.
No.
So, but coming for the record. So you're excited just to keep up with that one?
Yeah.
Okay, like we said, last year's in the past, but this year you're bringing out some fire. I'm so excited now. Sit in the stands and just
No, we're
cheer
gonna
you guys
miss you.
on. I know. I'll still be cheering.
not the
Like me, Rylie White, all the girls who are done playing that are here, we're gonna be cheering. We're actually gonna be with the Locos.
Oh. That's
Speaking
crazy.
of the Locos, we have the most amazing fan base.
Yes.
So I know that has to be one of the reasons why you chose Tennessee, but why Tennessee in general? Like, why did you choose UT?
Yeah. Well, like you said earlier, or I guess we talked about earlier, I'm from Weaverville, North Carolina. It's a 2-hour drive home. I knew I wanted to play in the SEC. That was always like my goal.
Yeah.
Like as a little
I
softball
know.
player
That
when I was
is,
younger.
like-
Right. So, but yeah, choosing Tennessee was so easy for me. I think just like getting to talk with Karen and all the coaching staff, And like it's an everything school, like football, basketball, baseball, female and male sports. Like it's just, there's everything here. And just the fan base, the people are just, there's no place like it.
I know.
Yeah.
I forget it's only 2 hours away from home. Because I remember last year we played Clemson. We walked it off at Clemson and we're like on our big bus, double decker, driving home, and we stop at like a Cold Stone that was like in your like area.
Like, hey guys.
We're like, I go to this movie theater.
This is my hometown. Yeah.
I know. That was like a really fun memory. But yeah, 2 hours away, you can't get better than that.
Yep.
And I agree 100%. Like I'm a ride or die obviously for Tennessee, but like it's an everything school. And obviously, Karyln and the coaches, like the legacy that she's had. Yep. How's your relationship with Karyln, though? I know you talked about her and Megan and a lot of conversations with them. As a pitcher, you work with Karyln like even closer. So how would you describe your relationship with her?
I'd say it's great. We have a very honest relationship. That's the best way I can describe it. We, like last year, we'd meet like once a week and just like, we'd start out talking about softball. And then we'd talk about softball and talk about softball. And then like we started keep having these meetings and we'd find ourselves just like, so what did you do last weekend? Like we have a good relationship, I feel like, with softball and then also outside of the sport, which I think is so important.
Well, Karyln as a coach, like knowing her through my recruiting journey and then playing for her and like still having the relationship I have with her now, like she cares about you as a person, and honesty is like the best. Sometimes she says stuff that I don't want to personally hear, but I'm so much better for it.
And you need to hear it.
And I need to hear it, exactly, because I'm like a different woman than I came in, or I was a girl when I came in, now I'm a woman.
Yeah,
but yeah,
definitely.
I love it. Okay, so we have fall ball, and you guys are actually set to play Georgia Tech, Lipscomb. Some of the scheduling still moving around. We also play Kentucky. So what's most exciting about fall ball, playing an SEC team in fall ball?
Yeah, it kind of gives everybody a little taste of what the spring is going to be like. I think that was, because we didn't do that. Did we do that last year?
We hadn't done it.
Yeah, so this is definitely new. I think it's exciting. Like everybody's going to be riled up for that game, because especially like just everybody really.
Like fans too. And we play at Kentucky and home. So it's going to be so much fun.
It is.
Well, I wish you the best of luck in fall ball. Not like I won't be there. I'll definitely be there. But to wrap up the All Lady Vol show, we like to talk about why you love the Lady Vol Booster Club, what the Lady Vol Booster Club means to you. So, Karyln, what does it mean to you?
Yeah, I mean, the Lady Vol Booster Club means everything to me. I started with the Lady Vol Booster Club as soon as I got on campus here, and I've been with them ever since. I've met so many people. I've made so many connections, and what I think is most impactful about the Lady Vol Booster Club is they cover all the sports here. Like it's not limited to just one. Like everybody is benefiting from it, and I think it's just so special how much our fans give to us, and it gives us a chance to give back.
I know, you like get to meet and interact with them.
Yeah.
Also, you're like killing it with the NIL. Shout out the Lady Vol Booster Club for helping with like the Davy, Weigels, Cornerstone, like all of it. You're doing it all, and I'm so proud of you. Like as an older sister, like I'm just so proud of you, and I appreciate you coming on. Yeah. We're gonna break the record this year.
We're doing
for
it.
Sure.
Yep.
Well, thank you guys so much for watching. In the caption, there'll be a link to get your 15% off your membership using the code ALLLADYVOLS for your first month. If you subscribe, pressing the button below, and comment Karyln Pickens or why you love Lady Vol softball, you'll be entered in a chance to win a signed softball from Karyln.